We want to make a Pong game. We want to get rid of this cat. So delete. I'm going to go to make a new sprite. We can draw a sprite, or we can just go and grab one from the library. I'm just going to grab this ball, double click on that. I'm going to shrink the ball a little bit. So I'm going to come up to here to shrink, make it just a little bit smaller. Click on it a few times, it gets to be the right size. If I click on that, we're in scripts. I want this ball just to bounce back and forth. When the flag is pressed, we're going to start it bouncing. Tell it to repeat forever, so control, do this forever. We're just gonna have it move. Move 10 steps. How's that? Let's see what that does. It does that until it hits the side. To get it to bounce, we can go to if on edge, bounce. The other thing we might want to do is give it a nice random angle when it starts. Point in direction. We want it to start over here. Over here is 235. The y value is 0. When we start off, we're going to set it to 200 and 225, and we'll make the y value 0. Let's try that. Good. We want to point it in a random direction. Let's point it in a direction. We could pick a nice random number. Look at the angles. So point in direction 90 degrees. Where is 90 degrees? Okay, that's 9 degrees. If we were looking at 0 degrees, that's straight up. So 0 is too high. Let's say 45 degrees to 90 degrees to another 45. 90 plus 45 is 135. We're going to point in a direction from a random number from, let's drag that over till we see it turn white, and we can drop it from 45 to 135. Let's try that. Okay, that's nice. Well, let's make a paddle so that we can stop it from hitting this wall. We could just make our paddle this time. I'm going to pick a rectangle. I'm going to make my paddle purple. I'm just going to draw a little rectangle and then click outside of it and it'll appear. Okay, so I'm going to drag it to where I want it. Let's say over here. And it's called Sprite 1. I could double click on that and I can change its name by pressing the information, and I can call it paddle. For the paddle, I want some scripts. When this is clicked, I'm going to make a loop again forever. We're just going to move the paddle to wherever the mouse tells it to move to. This is motion. Set the Y to wherever the mouse is. Mouse Y. Let's see what that looks like. There we go. So as soon as we click that, my mouse is way up here, so it brings the Y value up to there. The ball passes right through it. We want the ball to be able to react to it. Let's go and press stop. Let's double click on the ball and back into the code for the ball. The ball is touching the paddle, so I'm going to put an if in there. We have to decide something. So if we are touching the paddle, then we want it to be going this way, which is, let's see what our angle is going to be. Then we want to point in a direction. Let's try 90. 90 is just straight back, say from 45 to 135 degrees. Pick a random number again, from 45 to 135 degrees. Try that. That looks good. When it bounces, maybe we can have it make a little pop sound. When it bounces off the wall, it'll go something like that. Let's go and record some sounds. When it hits an edge, I want it to make a sound. Sounds, play a sound. They've already got a pop sound. What does that sound like? Well, let's listen. If on edge, bounce. So it's playing this every single time, which is not good. So we want it only to happen when it bounces, when it hits something. I'm going to put another if in there. If we're touching an edge, if we're touching an edge, then we're going to make it play that pop sound. And then it's going to do that if on edge bounce. Let's see if that looks like. Good. Every time it hits a wall, it makes that pop sound. I'm going to make my own pop sound. Go to sounds. I'm going to drag that into here. I'm just going to click on record, and then I'm going to record. I have a whole bunch of pop sounds. That one looks nice. I'm going to go with that. Get rid of all the others. I'm going to call it pop 2. How's that? There it is. Now we can go back to the ball. Click on the ball. Go to scripts. And tell it to play pop 2. There we go. What happens when we miss? We want maybe the ball to disappear when we miss. To do that, I'm just going to paint my background here. I'm going to make a new sprite. I'm going to make it red just for fun. And I'm going to make a big rectangle like that. Okay, click inside of it. There it is. I'm going to drag it back to this wall here. Maybe make it a bit bigger. And then I'm going to drag it just a little bit out. When this touches red, we're going to have something happen. We're going to make the ball disappear and then a point appears. Okay, so the goal is to get as few points as possible. Back to the ball, back to our scripts. Drag the paddle there. Data, I'm going to make a new variable, but it's going to be for the ball. Okay, so make a variable, score, for the sprite only. I'm just going to double click on that. It's going to change the way it appears, so something like that. Every time that we hit the edge, we want the score to go up by 1. We want a sound that plays to signify that we've lost a point. I'm going to put an if we're touching red, so that's going to be one of the blue things in sensing. If we're touching a color, we click on that, and then go over and click on the red color, like that. If we're touching red, I want the ball to hide. Looks. Let's put hide. And let's try that. Good. Okay, it's gone. It's still doing stuff. Let's have it wait for a bit. Let's have it play a sound. So in sound, let's go and record a sound. Oh no! There we are. Good, we're gonna call that oh no. And then back to the ball, which we've hidden. Let's show that. Double click into the scripts. And the sound I'm gonna play is oh no. We are going to wait for a certain amount of time. Wait, let's have it wait for 3 seconds. Okay, and then after it's finished waiting, we wanna put it back to where it began, 225, 0. I'm just gonna duplicate this one. Here, and let's see what that looks like. Oh, it's hidden. Let's show the ball to start. Yeah, it's hidden. So we have to, once we go to here, we have to show it. Let's go looks, and we'll tell it to show. There we are. All right, our points are supposed to go up by 1. To make the points go up by 1, in data, change the score by 1. Let's try that. Yay, went up by 1. We've made the game of ping pong. And that's it. Have a good day.